what's up? Welcome back to the Apocalypse stream. I am doing a recording here near a park, or at a park, near my house. But let's see. I don't remember what's going on, where I left the channel off. It's been a minute, but I did want to talk about what I've been doing as a job since I left my full-time job as a product manager, I guess, in tech. So I've been applying to jobs. I've been, on the Indeeds, the LinkedIn's, Angel List. That I found a job on Craigslist, working as a delivery driver for a robotic restaurant. So it's been fine. It pays decent. It's part-time. I started doing gig work also, and this is the point I want to make on just how people are struggling. So I went to this delivery job. I won't say the name of the company, but it's they do like food subscription meal boxes, and they have people with their own cars deliver food for them at $20 an hour. And they reimburse for mileage. And I went, it's not a lot of money, especially here in the Bay Area, but I'm just trying to see what I can do while I find another full-time job. So I go to the thing, and I'm waiting for, the supervisor or like lead person to onboard me, tell me what to do, tell me what bags to take, where I'm going to be delivering this stuff, use an application to deliver that stuff, but just waiting. And this other guy comes, and he's just talking to me about random stuff. And he asks me, is this your first time here? And I'm like, yeah, just trying it out. I just left my full-time job, and I'm just looking for like gigs for now. And he asked me where I worked at. I told him what I was doing, and he's like, shocked that I would leave my job without anything to replace it with. And he was telling me how, like, in between driving for this food meal subscription company and DoorDash, that he's making enough money to basically have a place to live and a car. And he was just like struggling. He was shocked that I would leave a job with benefits and a full-time job without something to replace it immediately. And I felt incredibly privileged to be able to do that. And I'm not wealthy in any means. I've saved up just a couple thousand to be able to get by. That's money that I was going to use to buy something, invest, purchase property, like it's my savings basically. But I'm using it I had to get away from my job. Mentally, I just couldn't do it. And I wasn't getting acknowledged for the hard work I was doing. I wasn't getting rewarded with any significant raise given inflation. So I had to leave. I had to. I couldn't really stand it anymore. I was going quite literally insane. Which is why I really haven't been able to invest time in growing this channel at all, because I've just been burnt out. Like, I don't want to be at a computer for 24 hours a day. It hurts, my back hurts and stuff from sitting and standing, and my eyes get dry from all of that stuff. But the point is, the point I want to make, I guess, is that in the time I've been doing all of these things, all this gig work, I've seen so many people struggling to get by, and struggling to literally do like slave labor, to be able to have really nothing at the end of the day. Like the guy was telling me, I have enough to pay my rent and to have a car. And he didn't have health insurance. He was telling me, he's like, I don't have health insurance. You know, if something happens, they don't give me health insurance. If something happens to me, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. Like, I might have to live in my car at some point. And this is just one example of just how people are struggling in the Bay Area. You know, I'm hoping to find a job soon because, like I mentioned, I don't have that much money saved up, but just wanted to check in, I guess. Like I mentioned, I really haven't had time to grow this channel, figure out what I want to do with it, but let me know if you have any suggestions. I checked out briefly Frank Analysis stream earlier today, how all of the formats for independent media are basically the same. You review someone else's work and you talk shit about it. And when I first started this channel, that's how I wanted to model it. And maybe one or two uploads back, I've touched on this subject. Like, how do you like redo a format for independent media to be able to get the information out, but it's not the same as everyone else? Because to be honest, like, I've been a little bit burnt out. I'm watching everyone's streams. It's the same thing. The really only good thing is when these channels interview people and interview interesting people. But even on the interviews, like, there's repeat interviews and they talk about the same thing. They pull up clips that you find on Twitter, and all my streams have been the same way. You know, I find things on Twitter, videos, and I talk about them. But there has to be another way to do that, and it might be doing videos like this. So I don't know, but that's what's going on with my own life, and how what's going on is affecting me. Gas here in the Bay Area is almost $7 a gallon. Thank you, Joe Biden. Another reason, like, I probably won't do this delivery gig because you have to pay for your own gas, and it's like, I'm not gonna fucking put miles on my car and pay for gas to, like, have $10 that won't buy me anything. So I don't know, that's what's going on. But the delivery job that's part-time at the robotics company, I did a shift that was basically like a greeter at the company, and people are saying the same thing. Like, people have issues with everything right now, but one of the common things that people were coming up to me and saying was, oh, this thing is going to replace my job. And when it comes down to it, I realized that this robotic restaurant is really just a vending machine. And yes, it's probably going to replace the guy who puts together burrito bowls at Chipotle, but there's like so much other things to be doing. Like a robot cannot like cook food. A robot cannot do. Maybe it could do customer service eventually, and maybe it could cook food on its own. Maybe a robot could chop things and follow recipes, but kind of far away from that. So it's just like hard to tell people that no, your job's not going to be replaced yet. But as far as like that job goes, it pays decent. You know, it pays decent. I'd love, if I can get full time, I'd be pretty comfortable. But I don't plan on being there. I'm seeing what the next move is. If it's staying here in the Bay Area, if it's moving somewhere else. I've probably touched about it before, but trying to just move somewhere else for a while, maybe even moving to Mexico or some other Latin American country, and just kind of being there for a while, because, you know, since the world is going to shit and so many countries are struggling with inflation, like, if you're privileged enough to buy a plane ticket to go to like Argentina and, you know, stay there for 6 months and spend like $200 a month on rent on a decent apartment, and kind of arbitrage that, it's kind of hard not to want to do that, especially if you can find a remote job that you can just log into. Anyways, it's like a 10-minute video so far. Let me know if you like this kind of format. Let me know. See you on the next one. Bye.